Yeah, buddy. What's happening?
What the hell?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
What is going on there? Why is my shit just is at legit 0? Okay, I'm doing all right. It's I don't know what the fuck, man. I've just been sleeping this week. You know what I mean? That's like all I've taken the past few days, and I've just been sleeping. It's been nice.
Yeah, man. I got a bunch of free weed last week at a 420 show. I got like $200 worth of free weed.
Nice.
Man.
That's what's up.
So bro, let me tell you how much weed they had, bro.
I bet they had a lot of weed there. That seems like the spot.
They brought a pound.
Yeah, I bet.
They brought a pound in a metal container. And after the show, we were just in the green room smoking deep. Just
hell yeah.
And like they gave us the curfew. It's like, hey, we're about to close in 15 minutes. Y'all have to get the fuck up out of here. And the guy who brought the weed was like, I can't take this back home with me. Y'all motherfuckers need to take it. And everybody's like, how we don't have bags. We don't have anything. And this guy picked up a stack of coffee cups and started scooping
cups of weed,
the kush into the coffee cups.
Nice.
Right? And that's not talking about the jars of weed he gave away. The jars of MCT oil. I was like a kid in a fucking candy factory.
Bro. I mean, it was 420, so, fucking, bro, people were smoking up in that place. Like, there was, like, no security guard or nothing. They were just blazing. There wasn't even, like, there was, like, a decent crowd, but, like, they didn't stop them.
No, it was fun, man.
They were straight up smoking. It's funny because I've been, like, kicked out of Crocodile for smoking in there, for sure, when I was younger.
Yeah, man.
For sure got kicked out of Crocodile Lounge smoking at like a metal concert.
Dude, it was the shit, man.
Dude,
yeah, but it's kind of different at a metal concert.
No, for sure. I mean...
But if there's one place you don't want to have people smoke weed.
Yeah, just to calm down.
Yeah.
Just a fucking bunch of white aggression just running around. Damn, dude. I actually haven't been to Crocodile Lounge for fucking ever, man.
Yeah, man.
That's like kind of a staple, fucking A. Apparently, they do like some legit comedy shows there. I didn't know that.
The Hereafter, I believe, is over there.
Yeah. They actually do shit there, like comedy wise. I always thought that was just like a music venue or whatever.
Nah, man.
Goddamn, bro. I've been smoking so much weed.
Yeah,
it's been ridiculous. I think that's why I'm so tired. I've just been fucking smoked.
I'll do it to you, man.
God, dude, I don't know if you've seen the clips, fucking that one with Keon and the one when you were like, you know why school shooters or whatever, police have guns or whatever?
Because of them.
Yeah, and that shit got like 6K views. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's funny.
Yeah, that shit popped off. That's hella funny.
Dude, the hustle is real, bro.
Bro, yeah, I just been out here grinding on these accounts, bro. Just like, yeah, I'm so focused on YouTube right now where I'm just like, been getting a lot of fucking actually it's crazy that who watches. Like, I can't even believe like people are like actually watching. It's every time I go to a mic, someone almost always says something now.
Dog, you got to understand, like, we're funny. Like,
oh, hell yeah. I mean,
we might not be getting booked consistently. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But like, we're some of the funniest fucking people in the scene. Like, listen, we're not a bunch of fucking white ladies with mullets and purple hair who talk about how like the patriarchy has offended them, but they're trying to like juice the patriarchy for all of its guys.
They're like, they literally like, oh, dude, fuck the patriarchy. But like, if the if it didn't exist, they wouldn't be able to do stand-up comedy.
It's not even that. It's like, what is your boyfriend? So he's a programmer at Amazon that makes over $100,000 a year.
Yeah, you're literally fine,
right?
Yeah,
and he's a white guy. And he has conservative beliefs behind corn. You married the patriarchy. You're fucking the patriarchy,
100%, bro. Like, someone I was listening to, it's a difference between a couple, like, a decent amount of money where it's like you really switch up. Like, you'll spend like, your younger years as like a fucking Democratic faggot, and then and then you get a little cash, you know what I mean? And then you just like, you're like, now you like support it, You're like, I'm for these conservative values. Because I swear I've seen girls do it. Like, I've literally seen women do it. It's like they're super libtards, you know what I mean, for a fat minute, and then they get that conservative dick, and now they're just like, now I fucking
Now, like burning crosses.
Yeah, exactly. They live in that upper neighborhood, you know. They definitely probably say racial slurs that they used to, you know, get upset that people said.
Their husband's probably going to turn into a cuckold eventually.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. She's gonna cheat on him.
Yeah,
She's addicted to Adderall.
100%.
Yeah.
Adderall and Xanax, and
and she lives at home with 2 kids with her, you know, rich husband.
And her breath smells like white Zinfandel, like Sutter Home's white Zinfandel. Like she's trash.
Yeah, but no, that's like super regular shit. I feel like, man, I feel like that's pretty common. It's just like
you can tell. I feel like
it's more common than not. At least, like people really switch up just on like you know, the amount of money you get.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of racism can be tied to status and wealth, right? Like if you're from like where you're from, Pennsylvania, and you're like a coal miner, right?
Oh yeah,
right. You're probably gonna be hella racist because like the difference between you having a job and not having a job is like your factory getting shut down.
Yeah, or a couple Mexicans.
Sorry. You said that, brother. But like these tech workers, they virtue signal and posture that they're not racist, but
yeah, I mean it's just like you're part of the capitalistic fucking machine, you know.
But like you don't have to worry about like a bunch of people trying to take your job
well,
or the opportunities that you have.
The thing is like right now
you're highly educated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, but before in like business and stuff, like it was like no one really gave a shit. But now it's like somewhat profitable to like be woke, you know. So like they pretend to do. It's like Netflix was woke until like their stock started to crash, and then they're like, "Fuck it, we're putting Ricky Gervais back on." You know?
And you know what's funny? Ricky Gervais ain't even that funny.
I know, but like he makes fun of trans people apparently, like the whole thing, and it was just like they're like, "Well, fuck it, if you want to leave, you know." Mm-hmm. But like before, like it was just like they thought it was profitable to do it, and then like you know, the tides eventually turn. And I think the tide is turning, bro. It's like think of how many people that in this comedy scene that have been watching this pod that like probably like either it's just like people I feel like are sick of that shit.
I'm tired of all these fucking woke comedians. I'm not gonna lie about it.
I mean, I want them to be able to do their comedy. I want them to stop telling me what the fuck to do, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, I'm not any type of way where I'm like, you got to have like highs and lows or whatever, hot and cold. But it's just like these people feel like they can control you, and it's fucking nuts. And then they do, and then they take advantage of people. Clearly take advantage of people.
If you're like, not their kind of funny,
yeah,
they don't want to work with you.
Well, even if you are they're kind of funny, look what they did to Homie. You know what I mean? Like they took his shit.
Yeah, dog.
And it's just like no offense, like what is sucking up to them and being able to get those spots and do the right comedy to be in that right room just to have your shit taken from you? That's all that did.
I mean, I don't know the situation that far.
I'm just saying that's just like how I see it. It's like I just like you play both sides. But that's what you.
It's fucked up to do business with people and have those people you did business with particularly stab you in the back.
But I mean, dude, someone that's trying to police people and tell people what they can and can't say is the type of person that's going to do that.
Yeah, we know.
You know what I mean?
That's part for the game. I just don't want those people to dictate what is or isn't funny.
Yeah, I mean, they don't though because they don't get laughs. I've seen them in those rooms. Like I'll see them pop into one of the rooms, and like I'll see how the crowd reacts to like our homies, and then they're them. And dude, the weird thing is, bro, I've noticed how like divided they all are.
Amongst each other?
Yeah. Like I went to a room that I don't ever really go to.
What room was it? Yeah.
And like, bro, no one was sitting and talking with each other. Like, no, everyone was just separated.
Why do they all have Swedish haircuts?
I've noticed that.
They all have like, angry.
Like, you know how,
they're just sitting in a corner.
Yeah.
Just going through their moleskin notebooks.
But like, you know how it is. Like at A1, like there's always like some people chopping it up in the back. That just wasn't happening.
Because they're Targaryens, man. They're trying to stab each other in the back for the next 7 minutes.
You feel it, dude. It's fucking crazy because it was just like some of my favorite parts of that's why I feel like I've loved podcasting is the kick it. And like, dude, there was just like no kick it.
No.
There was no kick it, bro. And it was weird being at a mic, even where I was just like, dude, no one's really kicking it. You know, like they were kind of whatever, but it was just like there's always just like a loud conversation, especially at A1 or something, loud conversation in the back of us, just like joking around. Not I'm not even trying to be a dick, not even paying attention to the comedy, but it's fine. I like that. It's like part of an open mic to me. Like they were telling me,
You're dealing with socially retarded people,
bro, and I was like sitting in the back, and he was like, "Can you guys all scoot up front and like make a audience?" It's like,
yeah.
ugh.
But like you're dealing with socially retarded people with Swedish haircuts. You feel me?
Yeah, it's dude. It really is the Swedish haircut,
And they're all writing in their moleskin books.
dude. Yeah, all of them have that book that they're all writing in. I don't understand. I was just like, dude, I have like some notes of paper that I ripped up and threw in a pocket. You know what I mean?
I got Google Docs, bro.
That's what I use.
It's so much easier.
Well, I write everything down on my phone for sure, always, and I make multiple saves of it, send it to like all my emails, so I never lose the bits.
It's just like the idea of a person writing their bits like it's 1988.
Well, yeah, I don't write bits either. I just have the premise, you know what I mean? And then when I'm going on stage, it helps me to put the bits together on a sheet of paper that I want, like the premise.
Yeah.
And I don't write full bits out because I just don't enjoy doing it like that. It's not fun to me. I love to work shit out on stage more.
I like to do it all. I like to write a bit, read the bit, practice the bit, do the bit, edit the bit accordingly. It's a process.
Yeah, like I mean, like don't get me wrong. It's just like I always just have like a decent like premise or whatever in my head, and it's just like sometimes I don't know where the anything is, and I'll just take it up, you know, and I'll just force myself to struggle through it.
Yeah.
And that always makes me form the bit, like because if I sit and just try to make it, dude, it just never goes the way I want it to, you know. And if I just kind of work through it, like on stage or something, I'll eventually just like get it to hit, and I'll see where I want, and I'll do what I want with it, and then it's just like that's just my process though. So it's just like, and I can't recite shit. Like sometimes if I have like a whole set now, I can recite the set, but if it's just like a new bit, it's hard for me to have.
The only thing I hear you recite is hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But I have like my whole like one of my sets now. Like I have like 2 or like 10, 15-minute sets now.
Good.
And then I can like sit and go over that whole set. Like I'll usually do that a lot before I go to sleep. I'll just go over the set.
Yeah.
Just because like I know where it hits. I know what parts like are supposed to get laughs now because I've worked through it that much. Like I've gone up and I've done those bits so many times where it's just like, or like switched it up or shared this where I was just like, all right, this is where I want to go with it. This is where I want to transition.
Yeah, that's yeah, because you just have to play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to.
But that takes so much time for the bit to get there. Like before, like even like it just all starts with the premise for me. Where and then I go up on stage and then I find the punchlines and stuff like while I'm just working it
goes
out.
Premise, writing, doing it on stage, listening to the material, editing. I'm always editing. And then doing it over and over again. Sometimes it'll take me like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 drafts for like a bit to hit right.
Yeah, see, if I go over it over and over again too much, other than like the actual set, right, the bit just gets wrecked for me.
That's the adventure in it for me right now because it's getting wrecked and I have to fix it. I have to like crash it. And work with
I
it.
just like, dude, if I fucking sit and if it's just like if it's like the bits together and I have it in a set, I can go over the set over and over again, but I cannot go over the bit over and over again solely by itself. It will drive me nuts. Like it's like a psychological thing where I think
that's where me and you are different.
No, for sure. I'll just lose faith in it, and everyone's got a different process, man. It'll make me not want to repeat it, if that makes sense. Like, and that's when I like feel like my that bit won't hit as much as when I literally don't want to say it again because I hate it. You know, I'm almost pissed off when people are laughing about it. I'm like, ah.
I got one bit I don't want to say again, but it's like some of my best minutes, so I just have to keep that in my back pocket.
No, for sure, man. Like a lot of my shit's like, you know, it's so all over the place. So it's just like I'm always willing to change it.
Yeah, man.
I'm always willing to just like either burn it or whatever. Like I just don't. My brain comes up with so much fucking shit where I'm just like, whatever. And plus, I'm such a new comic where it's just like, I feel like this shit, I'm going to look at this material in 2 years and I'm going to hate it.
Yeah, always.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm such a new comedian where I'm just like, this shit, I'm going to hate this shit in a couple years. I'm absolutely going to hate it.
I'm already
That's
starting
fine.
to hate the people. I don't hate comedy. I like doing comedy. Comedy's fun. I just hate the personalities and the bitch ass people within our community.
Yeah, it just sucks because like these people try to like they really try to like control everything
and backdoor you
Yeah, it's
and
just like
dictate what you can or cannot say on stage.
it's just like, bro, it's like just like the fucking shit's going on. It's like, oh, Pierce says fucking faggot all the time. It's like, well, I don't say that at open mics all the time. And so if you're hearing me say it, you're probably watching the pod. And I'm like, that's the
it's a
one
funny pod.
That's the one place though where I'm allowed to just have my say. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and like it's not like, and you don't work for the fucking city. You know what I mean? Who gives
Yeah,
a fuck?
Yeah, what's like I'm saying? It's like the one place where I have my say, and you're still coming in there trying to dictate what I can and can't say on the fucking podcast. It's crazy to me. But it's just like I don't fucking know.
That's
man.
the game, bro. Like people,
No, for sure, man.
people will really try to say, because everybody, for the most part, like in Seattle, like people want you to act as if you're them.
No, for
right?
sure, for sure. But
there's this culture of conformity.
Oh yeah, it's like communism, bro.
Like, man, I'm a tall, dark-skinned black guy, and you're telling me that I look scary because I'm a tall, dark-skinned black guy.
You thinking that these people,
but I'm not a white lady with a mullet, and I don't want to be a white lady with a mullet.
But I'm just saying, you think those people weren't in Eastern Germany or whatever, and like how weird they are about being the same as everyone? Guarantee those are the first people saying "Hi Hitler." You know what I mean? You know, like some people hopefully have some conscious thought and be like, "This motherfucker's a lunatic." They're instantly like, "Hi Hitler." You know what I mean? Like they're the first to do it, and I guarantee their fucking genetics you could probably trace it back to that.
I feel like they're the autistic ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those were the people that were like, "Hi Hitler" immediately. It was just undiagnosed autism. Anyone that's willing to just follow by example,
it's crazy,
a
man.
Fucked up one.
We didn't know how pervasive autism is until we were adults, but like now that we think about it, like we've always been around autistic.
Oh yeah,
people.
I mean, like every uncle of mine's like undiagnosed autism. You know what I mean?
Like they're a little off.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
You feel me?
Yeah, oh dude, it's
like the kid that like licked the glue stick or like licked on or sucked on pennies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me, that was me.
The kid that would sniff the glue.
Bro, I was legitimately that kid that would sniff glue, bro. I was about it.
And you could tell which kid had autism into their teenage years because there would always be like one or two dudes that would always get jumped at the end of the school year. You remember? You know what I mean?
No, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's always that one kid that just got his
one or
ass
two,
beat, yeah.
and they were the autistic kids.
Yeah, they were, bro.
And they weren't the nice ones.
No, yeah, well, dude,
they were the assholes,
yeah,
but they were still autistic.
Some people that are fucking real retarded get real weird, bro,
and just become assholes.
Yeah, and they deserve a little ass whooping because nothing wrong with it. Especially if you're fucking, diddle and dang. Like some of these autistic are not. I've seen them are like real perverted. Like sexually assault women and shit. Like,
and like some of them are just assholes.
Yeah,
just bad people.
Yeah, that's true. And some of them I feel like just use shit as an excuse, right? I've seen this, right? I've seen like the dumb hot girl, right? Treat everyone around her like shit, like fucking steal from them, cheat on them, and all that. And they're like, I'm autistic. I just don't understand what I'm doing. I'm like, you sucked another man's penis. You can't fucking use that you're autistic on.
Was this your ex?
This is one of the ex, one of the bitches I used to fuck though. You're like, just because you want to treat people like shit doesn't mean you can claim autism,
dude.
And I've seen it so many times where I'm like, bitch, you are 100% self-aware of sucking your best friend's like cock, boyfriend's cock.
Yeah,
you know what
autistic
I mean?
girls are weird, man. I made out with an autistic girl once, and like, it just wasn't warm. You know what I mean?
She was just cold and dead. That's
like
kind of how.
Like I was trying to tongue kiss, and like she had her teeth.
Hell yeah!
I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
She's like, "I'm autistic."
It's like nobody taught you how to kiss.
Apparently not, dude. Maybe that's just how she likes to do it. She just likes to go in teeth, bro. But no, dude, it's crazy to me though, like how like people like are trying to police, like I said, it's like the comedy shit's crazy. How people are trying to police shit. It just doesn't. It's beyond me. I heard in what's his name's new club that they have some shit on the wall that they just put up. The homie was telling me that this is a safe space.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently I don't know if like because everyone's like you should pull up or this or that. I'm like I don't know if I
pull up. Just do your set. Don't like. You might have to exercise some judgment. I exercise judgment.
Yeah, I mean, I usually the thing is lately I've been exercising judgment with bits, right? And then I'll crush in the room, but then I'll still get kicked out. So I don't really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So it's just like, what do I do with that? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I turned all these liberal people Republican in this room for about 5 seconds, and now the guy that runs the show is like, fuck this. You know what I mean? They're like, I can't fucking, you know what I mean? Like they almost know that I'll convert people. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
They're like,
so for the viewers, Pierce Jacobs, are you a Republican?
I am a right down the middle person.
He's a moderate.
Yeah.
I think he's really a Republican deep down.
Dude, you know, if I have a kid and then they try to chop his balls off, I'll probably become a Republican.
I don't think anybody's trying to chop anybody's balls off, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how David's kid, they were like, you know, he's like, whatever. He's like, yes, yes, I'm so glad he's not trans, you know?
When the kid's classmate was confused about him,
Yeah.
it's like, you're a she, her, right?
He's like, I ain't no gay. I ain't gay. I'm a man. David's, yes.
But you know what's the funniest thing about, like, 5-year-olds?
Yeah, they don't know shit.
They don't know shit, and they all look like boys and girls.
No, dude, like they're like doing some shit now where like they're like trying to like neuter these kids, like at a very young age, where they're like, "Oh, you want to chop your penis off at like 8?" Like thing.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
I'm just saying,
on camera.
If that happened to my child, which I don't have one, thank God.
Yeah,
I might become a Republican.
Yeah, man, because like when you're like a baby, you really can't tell the difference.
Well, it's like, dude, he can't even come yet, so you know,
right?
You have no like, you don't know what you're doing to yourself. But maybe, you know what? I'm actually going to lean left on this. Chop those kids' dicks off. Honestly, dude, I think it's funny. And I like the take now where I just, you know what? I think we should neuter all the kids right out the womb. Even the women, dude.
I'm so scared.
I'm just going to take, because that's the funniest take right now is just chop your kid's dick off.
Chop your kid's dick.
I'm going to take, hey, okay, so I actually just learned what I am. Whatever take's the funniest, like whatever take is just the most wild or funniest take, that's what I believe in. I have no opinions, actually. Just whatever causes controversy.
Hey, man, you have no like real opinions that are independent or true to yourself. You know what I'm going to buy you? I'm going to buy you a moleskin notebook. So you can write your fucking jokes in it. You they them.
Oh my god, dude! But you know, I guess to be truest is I've learned that I've done a lot of reading about like philosophy, like what people think and what people, you know, whatever. But I'm like basically like I want to believe that there's a God and stuff, right? But I don't believe that there is. So I'm like that makes me like agnostic, right? And then like I truly at the core of me am such a nihilist and believe in like absolute nothing. And I believe like nothing matters.
I'm only really religious when I take like blood tests.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm only religious when I'm like high on psychedelics.
I'm like, yo, Jesus, take the wheel. Make sure I don't fuck up my life here.
Oh my God. Jeez, like Carrie Underwood, Jesus, take the wheel, baby. Yeah, take the wheel,
Take
dude.
the fucking
That's
wheel.
like was like my fucking aunt's favorite song growing up, and I remember she would like play it on repeat in the car when I was like 12, and I was like into black metal.
Virginia Slims.
I was like into black metal at the time, and I was like, dude, I wanted to kill myself and her, and I was like, you play this song one more time, Jesus is gonna take I'm gonna take the fucking wheel,
and I'm gonna crash into a barricade.
I was like, God has nothing to do with this.
I'm gonna kill us all like those crazy white ladies. You know those crazy ladies that drive their cars into the bodies of water?
Like David's baby mama.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I am not touching that. What the fuck? You're a real gotcha journalist, huh?
I don't know why.
Why would you say that? That's our friend. You bitch ass motherfucker. You tried to slip it in.
Oh my God. god, I'm like
You
crying.
tried to slip that in the same way Bill Cosby be slipping Quaaludes into pudding pops, bro. It's like, here you go.
Like I said, whatever takes the funniest, dude. But no, like I said, I think the core of me is just true nihilist. I want to not be because I know it's kind of toxic, but the more and more I live through life and the more fucking experiences I have, the more I'm just like, none of this matters, you know? Obviously, you want to love the people that you love and experience love. That's like a pretty...
I'm a kind person.
That's a pretty crucial part of life. Like, you want to experience love. As someone that is like, loved an animal and had like an animal that I lived with for like 20 years and it was just like the love of my, like, it's just my baby.
Was it a tortoise?
No, man, it was a cat. I had a cat live to be 23 years old.
Damn.
And that was like my baby, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, I used to be like a very like literally narcissistic negative person and just like feeling the love and just like loving an animal for that long and her living long. It was just like, well, if I love and take care of myself, like I'll have a good life.
Yeah, 100%.
And like I always like try to like where I'm like, that's like, I always just want to like experience more of that in life, you know?
Yeah.
As gay as that sounds.
I just want to be a nice person. I want to be a kind-hearted person.
Like, same, man. I mean, I obviously like comedy. I want to be able to do what I want, but behind like being real, it's like the one thing with comedy where it's just like people think I'm just go up on stage and say all this fucked up shit, and then it's just like, dude, it is comedy.
You're sincere, and I think a lot of people are afraid of that. A lot of our peers like posture as if they're sincere, but they're like genuinely fake as fuck.
Well, it's like they're the fucking. I don't want to say
they're liars.
Yeah, they'll stab you in the back.
Targaryens, bro.
Yeah, I wish that I saw better. But it's just like anything. It's like why I stopped playing music, man. And I think it's the only reason I've been able to like keep doing comedy because it is just me, right? At the end of the day. But I always hated playing in bands because, like, dude, people were so.
What instrument did you play in a band?
I mean, I can play guitar and bass.
Did you play well?
I mean, I haven't played in 6-7 years, so I don't have.
Which phase of PJ was this?
Metal phase. And I used to.
Did you have the 45 degrees?
Oh yeah, the fringe, and I was like really into black metal, so I would like either play bass or I was like vocals.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's gonna probably sound awful on the audio.
Just being a nice person, like I went to the store today, man. I went to Goodwill. I was just thrift shopping, and when I was walking in, I saw like this elderly Asian guy with like a cane.
Yeah.
Walk out, right? And he was so slow and weak and frail, and I held the door open for him.
Yeah.
And he didn't say thank you or anything, and I wasn't tripping about that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, he needed help. Right?
Yeah,
I'm going to be a
sure.
respectful young guy. And then I saw two able-bodied white people, and I just closed the door in front of them. I was like, hey, you can open your own motherfucking door,
bro,
man.
I've had some dude that recently when
no, I'm not going to hold the door open for you. You're an adult.
Bro, I had some frail-ass dude with a cane. This was a few weeks ago, bro.
Yeah.
And I tried to open the door for him. Just trying to be a nice guy, and he's like, "Fuck you, man! I don't need no help." And he was like coming at me so sideways, bro. And he couldn't even walk. He was like shaking and shit. He's like, "I can do it myself. I don't need no pity party on you, bitch." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, bro!" I was like, "Fuck, man! I was just trying to fucking do something nice for you, dog."
You should have kicked this cane out from under him.
And you called me a bitch. Like he called me a bitch. I was like, "Man, I ain't doing nothing nice for nobody for a couple of days."
Kick that cane out from under him. just to give him a sweet taste of reality.
But dude, I felt like he gave me a sweet taste of reality. As I go help someone and they just really don't give a fuck about me. So
it's crazy, man.
But I'm not saying you shouldn't help people. I'd probably still hold the door for him.
I'll still open the door for him because like that's what you do. Because like one day you're gonna be him.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I want someone to hold the door
open for me, man.
100%. But you know, old people with pride sometimes gets crazy. Old person with too much pride, bro. My grandpa, bro, this is some real shit. He fucking like just had like strokes. All this shit fucking is supposed to be on like watch, right? And that's why I went home recently because he's not doing so well. And I went to go see him because I was like, this wouldn't be one of the last times I see this motherfucker.
Yeah, check in.
And fucking literally the whole week I was staying there or whatever, and like whatever, like, and it was the last day I was there, and me and my grandma left him alone for 15 minutes because like we had to go do something.
50?
Like 15 minutes. That was it.
15?
50.
50, okay.
Because we were like, all right, well, she's like, you'll be fine. Like, Paul, you think you'll be fine? He's like, oh, I'm fine. You don't need to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This motherfucker, within 15 minutes while we were gone, went outside to change like the pool filters and shit and fell in the pool in like winter time.
Did he die?
No, he's fine, but like he literally, like, we come home and he's just soaking wet, and she's like, "What happened?" He's just like,
"Oh, changing the filters."
Yeah, and like, it's wintertime. He doesn't even need to be doing nothing. And he's like, "Yeah, I fell in the pool and blah blah blah." She's like, "Paul, you fell in the pool, blah." He's like, "Oh, god damn it, woman, I shouldn't have told you nothing." You know what I mean?
I'm a motherfucking man.
Yeah, literally. And I'm just like, man, is this what it's gonna be like when I'm fucking older?
Yeah.
Holy shit, is terrifying.
Yeah, 100%, man.
This is scary. Like, I'm just like stuck in my pride. I don't want to change the pool filters now. This is my thought process. I don't want to change the pool filters now, right? You know?
Yeah, you get older, man.
Even if I did want to at one point, man, I'm fucking old. As old as he is, I'd be like, that's someone else's goddamn job, you know?
Yeah, man, you get older and like you end up taking care of your siblings. I mean, not your siblings, but your family.
Yeah.
And then your siblings end up kind of becoming your friends.
You see, my family never took care of me and just pretty much ostracized me, and I've always just kind of been
Is it because you're trans?
Clip it. Clip it. Oh man, but like, I don't know. I just like, they never really took care of me, and maybe to be a dick, but it's just like, especially if I'm broke as shit, there's not so much help I'm gonna do. I'm sure if I was like a millionaire,
Yeah, man.
I'd help my mama out, even though she's fucking been crazy.
I like helping my family out. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I said, if they didn't like abandon me when I was like fucking 15, I feel like I'd be a little more.
They'll do it. They'll do it.
But I've like, now I try to have like a relationship with them and be like cool, and visit and shit, which is
yeah, man.
first steps.
I haven't talked to my dad in a year. Like, nothing bad happened, but it was just a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you just get older too, man.
Oh man,
I feel like people just like, you're right.
I love him. It's
what are
just
you like?
yeah.
You're like 25, right?
I'm 26.
26. That's like the age where you just kind of, I feel like, at least for me, where it's like you kind of just step away from you. At least that's when I really stepped away from my family type shit, was like early 20s into like 26. And then I was like 27, 28. It was like when I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I got to have like a relationship with these people, because it's just like, it's your fucking loin. It's like where you come from.
Yeah, man.
You don't realize how much of like how many traits you have of them until you like sit down and you're like, oh, this is why I'm like this.
Yeah, man.
It's not the best thing, but you just take it with a grain of salt. You're like, it is what it is.
I'm like, my dad doesn't lie to people. That's why I am the way I am.
Oh, yeah,
just flagrant. Just
sometimes you just gotta run it, bro. I wish I fucking knew more about my father, just and like hung out with him more as an adult, so I could probably see where I come from, because he died. He died when I was so young. So
damn, how?
So they thought it was this disease called Wilson's disease, and it was a very rare disease. Basically, it's like when two people that are like too close in European descent, basically just like,
what?
Yes. From inbreeding over thousands of years.
Jesus Christ.
It can happen to any race. Like, let's say if like even Asian people that are too close in race, right? Like they're even though they're not related, their bloodline,
their genetics
are too close, so they make basically defective babies. And basically like it skips a generation, and so they thought my dad had it, and we thought he had it for like, I don't know, 15 years, even after he died. But then in Washington, someone developed the test to check for the genetic code in Washington, surprisingly, when I was living out here. And so I went and got tested, because I was supposed to have the genetic code if that's what he died from. And basically, I didn't have the genetic code, because like if I did have the genetic code, I would have to be careful who I have kids with, right? Because like I don't want to have a retarded kid, and my mom was like,
it's such a fun word. It's such a fun word, bro.
But no, so like I didn't have the genetic code, right? And we figured out that because I don't have it, that my dad couldn't have died from that. And the only other ways people have over copper toxicity, which is like his body can't produce or like get rid of iron, is usually through inhalants. So we think that now over 15 years, we think that my dad, because my dad was like really into huff and paint. Yeah.
The paint got him?
He was in jail at the time, and I think he was huffing something in prison because he got caught up for an eighth of weed. and I think he was huffing something in prison that over copper like it got his body so toxic full of copper, some sort of bleach, paint thinner, something like that, and that it killed him. And his
That's
body
crazy, son.
so we thought it was from a disease, and my family still to this day doesn't believe me, even though I've been tested and stuff, and they're like, oh, he died from this disease.
Yeah, but like nobody wants to figure out their husband died from like sniffing bleach.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I love whippets and inhalants too.
I know.
It's like really scary, honestly.
Just you and Jesse.
Yeah. It's like terrifying how much I love inhalants because I could just see like dying that way.
Yeah.
But, hopefully I try not to do those too much anymore because of that. But
I just like weed. I like
ain't nothing
edibles.
like don't get me wrong, ain't nothing like some fucking laughing gas, dog.
Yeah.
The problem is where I look at it is like, if you're just doing the cracker, it's really not a big deal. But it's like when these people get these like industrial sized tanks.
Yeah.
And they put them in their living room and you're hitting it so hard that you're having a seizure and shit.
I went to a comedian's house for their birthday one time and they had one of those.
Yeah, that shit's that's like you have fully tilted. Like you're gonna die eventually if you keep doing that.
And I noticed when white people take the whippets, their faces like turn beet red.
Yo, yeah. Well, dude, the thing is like the
beet red.
When you really get lit on them, bro, you turn purple.
You just,
your body just loses all blood to your brain. You're just like, and they literally call it fishing out. Is you have a mild seizure. And like, dude, when I was younger, man, I was like, my goal was to like have a seizure.
Y'all guys don't do regular drugs growing up, huh?
No, I did whatever. Like, dude, I was one of those kids that like, you ever hear that shit when like kids choke their friends out and they pass out? You ever seen that?
Yeah.
I was one of those kids. That was like, me and my friends were choking each other out to get high.
Were you guys smoking Smarties?
Dude, we were. Dude,
you remember smoking Smarties?
Bro, I'll never forget this. We sniffed Kool-Aid one day because we wanted to snort shit and be cool.
How did it feel?
Dude, it burned so bad, and then my one friend's nose started bleeding, and it was like blue.
Were you like, is it the Kool-Aid or is it the blood?
Bro, this was in elementary school too, at recess.
Elementary.
Fucking A. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, that's how my dad died. They don't really like know how he died, but like we pretty much are sure it probably was like him doing something he shouldn't have been.
Hey man, it happens to the best of us, man.
But yeah, what's like, dude, the thing is like my dad was always just like a super stoner. So like out here, he would have been like, I think really accepted. And so like where he was from, like he would get his ass beat for being like a fucking loser type shit. Like I literally, one of my earliest memories was my grandparents left for like the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And they'd been gone for like an hour, and apparently they had to they fucking forgot something and had to come back. And my dad just starts lighting a joint up in the living room while they were gone in front of me. And they come home and they beat the fuck out of him in front of me just for smoking weed.
Damn.
Like beat the fuck out of him.
Black and blue.
Yeah, black and blue. Like beat the fuck out of
your
him.
Dad, your granddad, and your grandma.
Yeah, together.
How big is your granddad and your grandma?
My dad was a little guy, surprisingly, for how big I am.
He was just violent.
So he stopped being violent.
No, but he
later.
was. He had that in him.
Yeah,
he had that dog. He had the dog. Yeah.
I mean, just to beat your son the fuck up because he's like, because it was the what made it worse for them is he was doing it in front of me, and so they just snapped to like prove a point. And like my dad I think just wanted to be a stoner, you know? And like I feel like if he was like weed was a lot more acceptable and easier to get, he probably wouldn't have been doing shit like that.
No.
And then they caught him with an eighth of weed and he got like 3 years in prison for it. Yeah.
That's crazy. 3 years for bro, I got that right now at the crib.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dog, I got an
ounce
at my crib.
I got an ounce.
I got a zip at the crib too.
I got an ounce essentially.
And
right?
I'm allowed to like pretty much have that.
And I've been smoking on it a little bit.
You
and
I think a couple zips.
And I got the tincture, and that's like over an ounce in the fucking because it's keef.
But yeah, this was like in like really young. Like I was like seven, I think, when he got arrested or something. I was young.
Bro, weed laws in the 90s must have been crazy, bro. You were risking your life
to get high. And he was like one of those, and like imagine everyone in your town, like if you smoke weeds, like you're a fucking faggot. You know what I mean? Like you're a loser. You deserve to go to jail. That's what it was, bro.
Now everybody's trying to get a pound of weed shipped to them.
Yeah.
From here to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, 100. Well, dude,
FedEx.
It's they have medical marijuana now there. So like last time I was there, This one fucking place that used to be a Burger King, bro, is just a weed shop, and motherfuckers just lined up. And I'm like, this is like why I'm like, my dad was like died because of that shit, bro. And I'm not saying he died, like he made the choice, he did what he did, but like
The set of circumstances that occurred was because of weed.
yeah,
being
he was
legal.
just trying to run from his problems like everybody else, bro. And I don't think he was like, because like my mom always told me like your dad hated coke, he hated like all the hard drugs. He was just like loved like doing acid and like smoking weed. And I was like, he just would have been a normal guy.
Yeah, like now, like
Yeah.
that's what everybody does now.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's microdosing on shrooms.
Honestly, like I honestly truly believe that my dad, just by the way, I just even when I was a kid growing up, it's like he was nothing of an addict. You know, he did shit he shouldn't. It was like, dude, I'm still probably like I was like I liked coke. You know what I
You
mean?
love drugs, man.
Yeah,
You're one of the very few friends that I have, and I'm like, PJ's never gonna stop
Yeah, I mean, if
because he loves it. It's fun. It's like he enjoys it. It's
well, the only reason I'll stop is for when it's making me have bad medical issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there might be a time where it's like, yeah, if I'm old enough, I might have to just stop because it's either that or like fucking piss in a bag or something.
I feel like you would take a chill pill, literally.
Yeah.
If you had a kid, you would just you'd slow down.
Oh yeah, if I had a kid, dude, I would definitely. Well, dude, I'm scared. Like that's one of the biggest reasons I'm scared to have a child ever is because I just like I don't want my kid to see the addiction, the problems I have with addiction. I'm terrified of that. I'm literally like, it's one of my biggest fears is to not have like this shit healed and then to bleed that onto my kid and my kid just sees me like fiending for shit.
Oh yeah, man, that generational trauma.
Yeah, that shit terrifies me. I'm like, I'm just like, maybe one day when I have shit more figured out and I don't feel like I need to fucking constantly consume, yeah, then it would be whatever. Because I just feel like you put that shit onto your kid.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I don't know how fucking raising kids are. I'm not fucking acting like I do, but
I'm afraid of the hardcore drugs because I know I got an addictive personality.
for sure, man. I will say this as someone that did all those hardcore drugs. A lot of them aren't as bad as you think, but it is really easy to get caught up in what I call like the chemical romance of things. You know.
Ooh,
Because that's when addiction really fucking comes in because you're just like, you're not getting the love that you want or just things or whatever. And it's just like these drugs legitimately like give you that feeling, you know?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But then like, you know, fucking next thing you know, you're like pissing blood a year down the line where you're like, I feel great for a year. And the next thing your body just like gives up on you. And that's the scary reality. It's like,
that was ecstasy for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where like, it's like, that's the scary part because you just don't realize how lost you get, you know, in it. And it's like, I love the drugs because like I wouldn't have come to like 90% of the realizations I've had about even being sober, taking my care of myself if it wasn't for the abuse of the drugs.
Yeah, man, them
But
drugs will do it.
Yeah, you know, so it's just like, I'm just glad that I fucking learned a lot of the shit that I learned earlier, I guess. Cause like, I'm glad that I wasn't in my, you know, 40s and 50s, like fucking being like, yo, this is when I'm going to abuse drugs.
The dope fiend's journey is ill, excuse me. Because, like, man, you get on drugs and you get fucked up and you're in a bad spot and you're forced to really think about it and address your issues.
Yeah.
And then make a change, like forced to make a change for the better.
Well, it's like some drugs, man, it's like I don't want to say they're good, but man, they really make you think about shit.
I knew crackheads who were like real deep into smoking rocks, right? And they had professional jobs and they like their lives were good. And then everything fell apart last moment. Not because they were bad at their jobs for doing drugs. It's just like maybe their job wasn't there anymore. Maybe their job got outsourced. Some shit. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, this is one thing I've learned. It's just like, unless you're like really like, yo, I'm only doing it. Like you have like a good like recreational use.
Not me.
Well, I'm just saying when you can build that, because I believe you can. But there's always like that one day where it's just like shit just like might just like fall off the fucking deep end, and then you don't.
And that's what happens to the
people. You don't realize, because I've had it. It's like, dude, fucking like a few months ago, it's like fucking all the moving out and like dealing with all the drama and the shit with like my ex and all this. It's like, dude, I got fucked off for like 2 weeks. You know?
Yeah, you were on one.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, every fucking night, I was just like getting gattered or whatever the fuck. And I was
you also went through some really fucked up shit with your girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's what I'm just saying though. That's when like doing drugs, I feel like get bad because it's just like I said, you just like I don't know, they can be really helpful, but then it's just like once the path of getting helpful, you're like, all right, now I'm in addiction. You know?
That's why I really only smoke weed.
I mean, dude, the best thing to do truly is to just smoke weed. Truly, like if you're gonna abuse something, marijuana I think's the way to go.
Hey!
You got like you have the least side effects of stuff, and then like
smoke weed every day.
It doesn't make you like super fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
It's lit, man. I like smoking pot.
Weed will kind of numb you down. And like every drug that even weed though, it's like can have like really adverse effects. It's just like there's that like ketamine. They're not the cannabis chronic syndrome or whatever, where it like makes people violently throw up and shit. It's like
Never happened to me.
Well, I'm just saying though, it's like it usually comes from people dabbing, but it's like a real syndrome that people develop now, and it's like even like that is like.
Dude.
Like I literally remember I showed my homie this shit, and he's such a stoner. Smokes weed every day, every morning. Smokes as much weed as he possibly can. And when I was trying to show him like these cases, he wouldn't even believe me. And that's addiction. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, I don't know, believe this even exists.
But it's real, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's when addiction gets bad. It's like smoking weed's fine, but if you're at a point of smoking, like I know this fool, I know he smokes every second, and he'd always be complaining why his like stomach hurts or this or that. I'm like, bro, it's because you smoke. Constantly. Your body's like, he's like, nah, man. He's like, weed's good for you.
And the weed that our parents smoked is completely different.
Yeah, well, that's what they say is because the weed is so potent now. That's why this shit happens.
The weed that they gave me whenever I would like break down the bud to roll up a blunt, like my fingers would get so sticky that it would be a little difficult to like peel them apart.
Yeah.
Like weed is usually never that strong.
Yeah.
Even if you go to like places where weed is legal, it's not as strong as Seattle weed.
No, dude, Seattle weed is, I've always said this too, even going around the country.
The best.
Always been the best.
Seattle and California.
Yeah, it's just Cali's just too hot.
Yeah.
It's hard to maintain a room. Seattle's just got fucking good temperatures to maintain marijuana in. Obviously, you have to deal with like mold and shit, but like the temperature is just like perfect for growing pot indoors. Because it's like you can dial in a room like way easier.
Yeah, man, you gotta just... Because, like, man, like...
It's all I used to fucking do is grow pot, dude. I fucking hate it.
Really? You used to grow pot a lot?
That's all I used to do. Yeah, I don't know.
When's the last time you grown weed?
Actually grown weed? I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years.
Damn, man.
But that's like all I did. Like it was basically before everything went recreational, and even for a couple years during recreational, like medical. That's all I did. Like I was in and out of grow ops, in and out of fucking just like weed stores, fucking just like, dude, you used to be able to just like crop weed out, and I, as a medical marijuana patient, I could just show up to a fucking weed store, like a medical store, and be like, yo, you guys want these packs? And like you could front them to the store, and if they stole them from you, you could just call the cops. It was crazy.
Just like these people stole my weed money.
Yeah. And I could front them like you could like when you had your med card, you could have like 10 pounds on you. It was crazy.
So if you had a med card, you could grow your own weed
and run around
and sell the weed to the dispensaries
and run around with. Dude, I was making like $100K, over $100K a year, and then when fucking wreck hit, it ruined and completely put me out of business.
So when that I-402 bill came,
it was bad.
You voted no.
Yeah,
you're like, nah, man.
This shit it ruined me. It legitimately ruined me.
It ruined you were
me.
like, I'm a baller, man. I'm out here in these streets driving Benzes,
dude, it was crazy.
Cutlasses. I'm out here thugging it.
So
I'm hand over fist, baby.
Dude, it was crazy. It was legal.
And then the man was like, hey, man, we're going to have this weed for everybody. You're like, what?
It fucked me, dude. It fucked me, dude. And like that was like it was like 5 years ago now.
Oh,
that's when I pretty much stopped. When I-502 came in, I was like, I'm done with this weed shit.
Like by then, a pound of weed dropped to 1,000.
Well, dude, and then I'm fucking in a fucking like now I'm like in a fucking whatever, because like normally most of these weed places like let's say I'm plants or whatever trimmers, they pay me by the pound, so I could come in and do a pound and they pay me like $150, and I could do a pound in like 2 hours. Now it's like
trim,
yeah.
Just trimming weed.
Let's say now I'm in a fucking grow up, and they're like, oh, we'll pay you $15 an hour. So it's like me working faster means nothing.
Nope.
And I'm putting that much weight down for 50. It's like $30 in 2 hours, bro. It's like you have literally cut my profit margins over half.
100%.
So it's like now I'm making nothing doing this. And I'm on payroll. Like it was just like it ruined me, man.
It wasn't worth it.
Well, that's why I ended up quitting. His last job I worked was like a fucking rec grow, where it's like I was watching plants and trimming and all that shit. And it's like, dude, these motherfuckers, because they grow rec, there's all these regulations and shit. And it's like no one really grows weed good anymore. It just kind of sucks.
They still grow weed good. It's strong. It's strong.
I'm not saying they don't grow good weed. I'm just saying like it's just like you have to dry it now. You have to do all this shit to it. Where it's like I always liked my weed a little wet, but you want it like sticky and shit.
I like my weed crumbly, like when it's like when the cure is perfect. You know what I mean? Where you can like break the bud down.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. But it's just like everything I get from the store is like it's like 6 months old.
Yeah.
And it's dry and it's shitty and it's been shitting on the shelf for a while. So it's just like that weed was probably good at a point, but by the time it got to me, it's trash. Not to be like that.
Yeah, man. Like when you get fresh bud, like the bud that I have, it's not trimmed too much.
Yeah.
Like I still see like the leaves.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I do like my homies I have tons of friends that still like grow good weed. You know, but it's just like I don't give a fuck about pot, and everyone's just like literally trying to everyone and their grandma grows it now, and it's worthless. So like pounds go for like $800 to $1,000 of marijuana.
It's $1,000, but like a pound here is $1,000. But like you take that pound anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, but that's also work. So
yeah, man.
It's like but fucking do I want to take this to fucking middle America? It's like I don't even want to be there,
dude. Like people in New York really spend $20 for a dime bag.
Well, I heard weed's getting cheaper in New York because over the past few months they just legalized it.
Yeah, but like you still have to like get it there. You know what I mean?
You can grow it. It's completely legalized. Like they have you can literally there's stores and everything now.
Yes, we can smoke sour diesel in New York.
Yeah, you can literally it was like a fucking Chris Stefano's podcast or something. They were talking about how like weed's completely legal there now.
I want to smoke sour D in Harlem.
Yeah, like they have like literally like weed trucks. You know how like they have like all the food trucks in New York or whatever. They have like weed trucks posted up now.
Sour diesel, bro. Like that's a staple. Like good sour diesel.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't had a good sour diesel in a while.
Fuck, man.
I don't know, man. I just don't understand why anyone cares about weed anymore. Like some of the East Coast stuff where it's like that stuff, like even where I'm from, man, like weed's getting cheaper now just because of like the medical stores and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like it's all going to be fucking leveled out. There's going to be so much fucking pot. No one's going to want any, bro.
They legalized interstate commerce in Washington now. So if you're like in Oregon or California, you can like.
Yeah, go back and forth from it. Yeah. Well, it's like fucking Ric Flair, dude. I was just watching him on like fucking, I think it was Joe Rogan's podcast or something. And he has like a.
Was it a good episode?
Yeah, I mean, it's Ric Flair, dude.
He's the shit.
Yeah, he's the best. Like, couldn't not watch it. And he has like an edible company now. And he goes to all the places that have, not medical, recreational, like woo bars or something they're called. And he's like in 13 states. Just like pushing edibles.
Get that money, bro.
Yeah, he said he's making more off edibles than he ever did doing WWE.
100%, man.
Which is crazy.
But like when you're a brand like that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's fucking Ric fucking Flair, dude.
Like Draymond Green could probably sell boxing gloves, you know?
Yeah.
The way he fucks up other basketball players.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, man. I loved Ric Flair, man. I remember in my fucking early 20s, I would just get so coked out and watch like Ric Flair compilations. Woo! Fucking the best, bro.
I like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right? He's the shit. Kurt Angle. My favorite Kurt Angle was Perk Angle.
Dude, you know fucking WWE has the highest TV ratings out of anything next to the Super Bowl?
I'm not surprised.
People love that shit, dude.
It's very entertaining.
People love that shit.
Patrice O'Neal used to write for wrestling.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's kind of cool.
I like old wrestling because they didn't care. Like if they wanted to be racist, they would be racist.
Bro,
if they wanted to be homophobic, they would be homophobic. Dude. If they wanted to be Gold Dust. You remember Gold Dust?
Bro,
Gold Dust is trans.
Bro, I seen this one clip.
Like that's an effeminate man, right? Like
yeah.
Like.
No, for sure.
Posturing himself
for sure
to the public as that. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. 100%.
Like he would have makeup, fucking manicured fingers, talking in an effeminate voice. You could never do Gold Dust anymore.
Dude, no, but there is this one clip that's been going around like reels and shit, and it's like the head of WWE, and he's like just screaming the N-word. And like one of the black WWE players is like, fuck you, dog, and is like fighting him and shit. I was like, is this real?
Hey, that's the WWE.
I was like, is this real? I was like, this is craziness.
I've seen
it looks real.
I saw Vince McMahon in a do-rag when I was a kid. I was like, this shit hits different.
Bro, WWE's was lit. I remember fucking my cousin.
Booker T.
I remember like the stretch toys.
Yeah.
Those were the sickest. I remember I had like a Hulk Hogan one and a fucking God, what was the other one? Macho Man Randy Savage one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My favorite for wrestler as a kid growing up, Rikishi.
Hell yeah.
Because like, man, he would make people suffer. He would make people suffer.
It's crazy how they say that shit's fake, but it's so bad on their body, man.
Oh yeah, the stories are fake, but the injuries are real.
Yeah, it's like they really fucking be throwing them around.
How would you feel if you had a 450-pound Samoan man put his ass cheeks right on your face?
WWE's gotten weird. They got like Logan Paul and shit on there now. They're like anything to get these sales up.
Dude, I remember when wrestling was crazy. Guys like Rikishi would smash their butts into your face, and you would just be on the turnbuckle, slumped like this, just for real. Because that's how big that person was. They were trying to hurt you.
Yeah, for sure, man. They're fucking like all roided up. Like
people used to, bro, steel chairs. You remember steel chairs?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy though. In fucking the interview Joe was doing with Ric Flair, the amount of time and how much he was going on stage and like doing that shit was insane, bro. Like he was like 7 days a week at almost an hour a night getting just thrown around like that.
And he still had to lift weights.
Yeah, and it's like crazy because it's like, bro, my body would, you throw me one time like that, my whole shit's getting fucked.
They're durable people.
Yeah, they just don't make them like that no more. They're all just trans now or fucking trying to, you know.
I went thrift shopping and I cut my hand on a hanger, a broken hanger, and this is what happened.
Bro, I cut myself grabbing milk the other day and I fucking laughed so hard.
We can't be wrestlers, bro.
I cut myself grabbing milk. It wasn't even a sharp edge. It was like a rigid round edge and I cut myself somehow. I was like, what the fuck is this?
We're not tough, bro. That's why we're funny.
Yeah, that's why we do stand up for sure.
That's why we do stand up.
I just feel like people don't come out. Like maybe they do. I don't know. I just feel like people, I guess like football, they become football players.
Or MMA fighters.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone fucking, I wish that I fucking got into sports at all.
I love sports.
Because I feel like I fucking just don't click with people a lot of the time with it.
I like combat sports. That shit's so fun to watch.
I could see if I was putting money down, like gambling towards it, I could see being into it. But it's really hard for me to maybe it's just my attention span. I don't know. Well, I do listen to the podcast, so maybe my attention span isn't that bad, but.
Yeah, but it's different watching two people talk for an hour and then watching two people like beat the shit out of each other for 25 minutes.
Even a fucking movie, it's hard for me to just like, you know, like I watch a movie and I end up just sitting on my phone, you know?
Yeah.
Like I guess the reason I like podcasts is because I can continue to consume it and do other shit.
And also, like a really good podcast, you kind of feel like you're in the room listening.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like half the time, more than half, like when I'm listening to a podcast, like I'm fucking editing a clip or doing them all, like, you know, doing orders online. Like I'm always doing something else. And it's just like, that's like, I think that's why I got into listening to podcasts so much. Cause it's just like, I can do other shit, you know?
Always.
It was either like, and it gets me entertained. I don't know. Cause like music, that's all I used to do is listen to fucking music. And now I just fucking hate it. I don't know why. I actually been getting into 80s pop. I don't know why. I think I'm into music that has no relevance to me. Does that make sense? I can't relate to it at all. So I just I get like some weird enjoyment.
You're like, man, let me hear that one Rick Rowland song.
I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you, dude. That Rick roll was real. I remember I used to play Counter-Strike, man.
Yeah.
And you would hop into rooms, and dude, some people would have like because they were the mod of the room, they would Rick roll you. So it'd be like for like 5 minutes, you would be in the room waiting for your match. And it's just like, never gonna give. And you're like, come on, man.
And there's nobody in the lobby.
No, it's like, we're all waiting to play the match.
Oh.
And he's the host. And so he's just like,
Rick rolling.
He's just fucking with you. He's like, the match starts in 5 minutes. For the next 5 minutes where I'm going to play Rick roll.
I can't really listen to new rappers like that anymore. You feel me? Like,
yeah, it's really hard for me to listen to rap anymore.
It's just because, man, you thought I'm feeling you? Like, I don't get that. I don't get Ice Spice. She makes great music for other people, just not me.
Nice ass.
Yeah.
Give her that. Her music, not a fan.
Ice Spice. These New York drill rappers.
I mean, the only drill rap I ever was into was like Chief Keef. So
It's like, bro, you can't be a 14-year-old kid talking about how you're smoking blunts and drinking like syrup. That's sad.
it is sad.
That's not cool. That's sad.
No, I mean, I feel like that's why rap's kind of lost its tune for me, because it just starts to get like, especially it's just like who's edgier, and like I feel like that type of rap's starting to die too. Like it's just not like like people like Lil Pump and shit just aren't like, they're talking about how much money they're losing now. Like they're broke.
You know what rappers are like really winning? The gay rappers, like
Yeah.
the unapologetically gay, like Lil Nas X,
Dude, apparently
pushing units.
Dude, apparently
units.
fucking Kid Cudi
Millions.
is gay.
Really? It makes sense.
Yeah, apparently like he's like trying to get with like fucking Will Smith's kid.
Any man that hums that much.
Dude, it threw me off. But like apparently like he's in love with fucking Will Smith's little kid, fucking
little kid.
whatever the fuck that thing is. It's
That kid's a grown ass man, bro.
that looks like a 16-year-old boy to me.
Jaden,
Smith.
Jaden, I love you. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, this whole thing I was watching the other day, how Kid Cudi like says he's like dating Jaden Smith.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently there's like a bunch of conspiracies out there that a lot of rappers are like gay.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Like a lot of them are like, that's how like they're all like on some secret occult shit and like being gay and shit, but that's just shit you read on Reddit.
It's like, hey, you want to push 100,000 units this week?
Suck my dick.
Suck my dick. You're gonna have to suck this unit to push 100,000 units,
bro. I mean,
you better go gold on this dick.
It's crazy how like true that may be. I don't know. Apparently, there was like old rumors going around like back in the Comedy Central days, because one of the heads of Comedy Central was this like crazy old white lady, right? And they say that's how like Adam Sandler and some of those people got their starts, was by eating her box, like this grandma. I don't know how true it is.
What would you do to be famous? Would you eat some old ass pussy to like be famous and like do your comedy?
Maybe. It's not that bad.
I don't think I could do it.
It just depends how bad it was, you know?
Cause like, man.
But like if you offered me like a couple $1 million, you know, like legitimately, I'd probably do a lot.
She just like pulls you over to her corner office.
Also depends how bad my life was going at the time, because recently like my life's not so bad anymore. And like I don't feel like I need to like, you know, do.
So you'll suck a dick if you're down bad.
Yeah, if I was real down bad, like, you know, if I went back to that Motel 8 in fucking Kent,
you blow a motherfucker for a frozen pizza.
You know what I mean? But like I'm not in that Motel 8 anymore, and like,
no, man, you graduated.
Yeah, I feel like I don't need to just like, you know,
no,
dehumanize myself that bad for money. But
old fat white executive pussies in the horizon.
Let's just we'll see, because you know, like I might be into it, you know. I might be able to compartmentalize that I'm into that old pussy, you know. Dude, who knows, you know? I'd fire up some Pornhub, see if I get hard. You know what I mean? See if I can make it work.
Fat ass Latinas, thick 3 C's.
Dude, I already watched Fat Latinas, dude.
That's what you would use for the warm up. You'd be like, I need to get ready, man.
Well, she old, bro. I'd just be like fat BBW Latina, you know, see how I feel about it. See, I might just be into it. You never know.
It's like, I've been watching a little bit of porn again. And when you watch that shit, you kind of realize how racist everything is.
Yeah, porn's kind of fucked up too. It's really sad.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's not enjoyable.
Like, it sucks to say. It's like the only thing I really get into lately anymore is just like masturbation stuff, you know?
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, because like if I'm just like watching some dude just like degrade some girl, I'm like, all right,
this ain't cool.
Does she even want that?
This ain't cool.
She's just taking a check. Like, she's not really into it.
Like, I watched.
At least when she's masturbating, I can like compartmentalize. Be like, she wants to do that.
I was watching this shit with this Latina lady, and she was like a parole officer, and I didn't know what was going on. I just like clicked the video, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, you're fucking up. Da 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 da. It's like, you bitch ass nigga, you're going to jail. And I was like, whoa,
Bro, they were talking about it on Your Mom's House, right? Apparently, like,
it's like, whoa. I was like, your hands. You're not expecting this.
yeah,
Racism?
Yeah. Well, dude, no, dude.
Racism when you're trying to catch a nut.
Bro, it was Your Mom's House. They were just talking about it on like the last episode. That like it's like this porn that's like whatever. It's like these little white girls get pounded out by like these huge black dudes, and they call them the N word and stuff. And I'm just like,
It's gross.
it's crazy. It's weird.
Gross.
It's weird. Definitely weird. Just to bring like racism into the bedroom.
It's just like, now you just have to use your imagination.
Dude, I remember I used to watch this shit though. Like I was like really, when I was like really weird back in the day. I remember I came across it not too long ago, and I was like, this shit is nasty.
What were you watching?
It's called Perv City, bro. And like they basically just like
Perv, P-E-R-V,
P-E-R-V, yeah. And they like gape these girls' assholes, bro. Like, and these bitches will like just like fucking put like.
Would they spelunk microphones down there like this?
Bro, they would be putting like gumballs in there and then shooting them out. You know what I mean? And I was like into it at one point. I was like, yeah, that's hot. And I watched it the other week or a couple months ago. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You felt disgusted.
I was like, what's wrong with me? What was wrong? What was I going through? Because it's like really hard for me to like really sit and like watch porn. Like,
maybe I can't watch porn anymore.
Honestly. Yeah, like if I really like, it's like if I fucking like need to get my, whatever, you know, the demons out of me. But when I watch it, if I sit and like watch it, it like really kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, but your imagination is so much more better. It
just bums me out. Like I said, I can get with the solo shit, you know.
I don't like it, but like you got to work with what you got.
I can work with the solo shit, but when it's like,
oh, you mean like the video?
Yeah, the girl's just like masturbating or something.
I thought you were talking about masturbating for a second. Like,
no, I'm just talking about like watching that type. Like, just like I can't watch some bitch just gets like fucking just annihilated. It just like bums me out because I'm just thinking about.
Just disgusting.
I'm like, they only gave her $2,000 for that. Like, is she even enjoying that? You know. Probably gave her $600.
Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, the last thing you want to hear when you're about to beat your dick is another black man get called a nigger.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it just ruins everything.
I bet. Yeah, it doesn't seem right. You know.
You're like, oh man.
I just can't even believe like there's subgenres for like anything in porn now.
That fucked me up.
I feel like COVID really kind of like fucked people up with pornography.
Yeah, I had to stop.
Yeah, I really try to like. Not like I used to be like on like watching porn like every day, and
it's not good for you.
I just remember like it like desensitizes you. Like I remember like one time when I realized it was bad, it was like I couldn't get like hard when I was going to have sex with like a normal girl, and I was like, this is a problem. Like I had to like legit watch like some gaping ass porn to get hard, you know? I'm like, this is weird.
Her asshole took up the entirety of the center of her screen.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's like this girl doesn't want her asshole gaped. You know what I mean?
The dude puts his head in there and goes, hello, hello, hello.
Like most girls I've met, like they're like they don't even really want to put shit up their ass, you know? So I'm like, yeah.
If I could decide not to ever have a shit again, I would.
Yeah, I would too. That's dude. If I could
100%.
never, I always said that. If you could take away like the daily necessities and things, that's what seems to come annoying, like eating, pooping, all that shit. If I could just take a pill, I forget what movie that is. It's like they literally have just like a pill, and it's like all your nutrients and like everything. It's like one of those future movies. But I was like, that would be so sick.
Just like, hey man, I haven't taken a shit since 1996, bro. Look at me, I'm healthy.
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds fucking great. Apparently, a fucking Young Thug wouldn't eat at all, right? And he would get like these infusions of all the supplements he would need and stuff, and that's how he stayed so thinny and dangly.
He also drinks a lot of lean.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what he would literally apparently only eat like Jolly Ranchers and sip lean, and he would get all his supplements and everything he needed like injected.
I don't know how healthy that is, man.
I don't think it's healthy, but I'm just saying he did it.
I love Young Thug. Young Thug like is the most gangster. Like
he was really
sissy?
out there.
That's the easiest. He's like a thugged out sissy.
Yeah, he was really out there.
And his music's amazing, bro.
Yeah, he was really out there. Like some people that rap, you're like, oh, this fool is like
the Barter 6.
Yeah.
Like, bro, got me a check. That music video, he had a Hooters tank top on with the AK-47.
Dude, one of my favorite like interviews ever was with Young Thug, and he like shows up. He wouldn't interview us anywhere else other than in the car, and he shows up to the interview in like UGG boots and has like an AK-47 on him, and I was like, this guy is fucking. He is he's unique.
Yeah, man.
Like he's the type of guy. He's come up dressing like a fag, and he's like, I ain't no fag.
Bro, Young Thug will shoot you in the face.
It's crazy, bro. He
Don't
was
fuck
really.
with Young Thug.
It's crazy though how like
Slime season.
yeah, it's just crazy how like he literally though was like really out there. Because like a lot of these rappers are like Lil Pump or whatever. It's like these fools are just
And
like
he was doing that shit in the hood, bro.
yeah.
Like his reputation in the streets is solid.
Well, dude,
If he got away
bro,
with
and
that shit.
you fucking when he's still in jail, right? Or get
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're still coming after his ass.
Bro, his lawyer said no cap. Looked at his defense team. He said, I'm never coming out.
His defense lawyer said no cap.
No cap. He said cap.
That's crazy, bro. How the fuck? Who the fuck did he didn't hire a Jew then? Apparently,
Cap. Like, yo.
You don't have a Jew working for him. Like
I don't know, man. Free Young Thug.
Free Young
Thug.
bro.
He didn't do any of that shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to Slime Language
Bro,
number
we
5.
we just need to get Trump back in office and pardon him, bro.
I do not.
I do not co-sign.
I do not co-sign that. Joe Biden, pardon Young Thug.
Yeah, do us a favor, dude.
We need him, bro.
It's crazy how everybody just be snitching on him, though.
Dude, bro, he put a lot of motherfuckers on. And bro, he put Gunna on.
He put everyone on.
Bro, they were like, Gunna, I just want you to say that YSL is a gang and we'll let you out of here. And he was like, really? He can't even go outside. This guy's posting videos of himself on hoverboards.
Bro, I seen
indoors, in the house, throwing money.
I was watching, like, someone just was, like, throwing hands on him at the store.
Gunna?
Yeah. Or maybe that was 6ix9ine. I can't remember.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, I was at the LA Fitness. You're right.
All the dudes that take pictures with Gunna you'll notice they all do one thing. They cover their face because they don't want that reputation in the streets. They're like this.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he is a fucking snitch.
He's a rat.
And apparently I read that he wasn't even going to get, like, charged that bad.
They were going to give him probation or some bullshit.
Yeah, so he just ran his mouth for nothing.
He can never rap again.
I heard Disney, like, making new rap.
No. Nobody's listening to his music. None of his new stuff.
I mean, I could see. I mean, some of these rappers have really fallen off, bro. Like, there's some people I've seen recently where I'm like, damn, bro, what happened? Like, you ever listen to I Love McConan?
Yeah, I got the club turned up on a Tuesday.
He's like, I got the coke. I don't sell Molly
no more.
Yeah, dude, I love McConan, right? Loved him. Recently looked on his YouTube page, bro. Bro, my fucking clips are getting more views than his music, dog.
Damn.
Like, it is bad, bro. Like, I saw 800 views on one of his videos.
You know how bad he's doing? He's the only rapper to come out the closet and not have his albums like skyrocket.
Yeah, dude, I forgot he was gay. I totally forgot about that. He was like trying to get with Little Peep and shit.
He was like, I'm out the closet, and everybody was like, we know. Come on, bro. Are you kidding us? We don't sell the Molly no more.
I just remember there was the one song he did. Like, it always make me laugh so fucking hard. He's like, I'm selling dope. I'm back to selling the dope. He's like, you can catch me down at Taco Bell out on 13th Street. I was just like, this motherfucker. I don't know if that's real or not, but it's funny.
He was just rapping that shit.
I couldn't imagine him like after like he actually might be the way I saw his views. He might be out at that Taco Bell on 13th Street.
Hey man, you gotta make this money.
You know what I mean? You're right though. He's the only one who came out gay and just like didn't get the pop.
Didn't blow up harder.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like, we already knew.
We knew.
You didn't need to tell us. Or a super chef. He's just like in someone's apartment, just like cooking like little beasties.
Lil Yachty hit different, dude, man. I mean, he didn't fall off, but like old Yachty, that shit was entertaining.
Honestly, dude, I remember I was like really into old Yachty because it was hella positive.
Cause it get cold like Minnesota.
Yeah, it was like
cold like Minnesota.
It wasn't like hella negative. Like his music was like surprisingly like positive.
Him, Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, I used to love Lil Uzi.
I hated him at first, and then I got to love him.
Like literally Lil Uzi growing up, like back when he was like getting on. Man, I loved his music. Loved it so much. Like fucking, I remember he had this one song and it was just called Motorola. He's like, that Motorola go, brr, brr. Like, it's just so dumb. I love that song so fucking much. And he does that EP with fucking Gucci Mane.
Did an EP with Gucci Mane.
Bro, you haven't heard, bro, it's a whole 6 like EP, 6
It's really good.
fire. Like
Fire.
like I would listen to that today and be like, it's still pretty good. You know what I mean?
Anything Gucci Mane is typically pretty
Yeah,
good.
it fire EP though, bro.
I like listening.
That's when I was like, bro, he got an EP with Gucci Mane, bro.
What time is it?
8:40.
Man, you want to wrap up the pod soon?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Because we've been talking legit for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, let's just wrap it, bro.
Yeah.
Hour 14.